Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here. Welcome to a video all about high attacks. Drummer and Mr. Toastman in the Bonehawk Discord were saying that they were kind of sick of people mashing on all their high attacks, or wondering how to use them better, or how do I think about them better, how to just retool them. So I wanted to make this video all about high attacks, and just kind of from the ground up, just going over everything to think about when you use them, and maybe hopefully it helps you in your adventures out there. So when we're thinking about high attacks, I like to think of how we're going to use them. So sometimes I see people using high attacks in pressure where that's probably not a good idea. Some high attacks you really want to only throw out for like spacing or whiff punishing, and you know, some you do want to use in pressure. So there's the 3 P's, you know, like pressure, punishing, and spacing. Just have to ignore the S there. I thought it was clever. Anyway, so yeah, so like looking at Scarlet, for example, like this is a high, but I would never use that up close. Use it kind of from a distance, trying to control this spacing here. You know, maybe cancel it into something that's just cancelable. There you go. So whiff punish or something. This high would be like, that would be like my punish string, right? Because it's fast. So you can tell by the startup of the move, this is my punish string. So I wouldn't really use this one too much in pressure. Maybe if like you also gotta test your opponent too and see like what's working on them, what's not working on them, that kind of thing. How mashy they're willing to get, that, you know, that whole thing. So I'm gonna get into that afterwards, but yeah, so that's a fast punish string. This is decent damage. I'm not a Scarlet main, so I don't know what the opti is, but that's something there anyways. I know Katana the same way. She doesn't get really a whole bunch of punish. She's another example of a character too outside of combos. You know, maybe the only time I use my 1-2 string is just to punish. I would never use it in pressure. No reason to. Nothing like that. So that being said, so yeah, you got your spacing, you got your punishing, and then you might have some moves that you can do in pressure. But in pressure, I find a lot of your things are going to start with like a down 1 or a down 3. So a lot of the characters have slower mids, like Forward 4, for example, with Scarlet being like 13 frames, and lots of characters are at an advantage because they have 9-frame mids, and that's just the way things are. It's the way this game is. We got to deal with it. So our low attacks are even more crucial to actually hit confirm. So starting pressure with a low attack or something that's quick and can counter an opponent. So I like Scarlet's down 3. You do have to be careful though, because it is quite negative on block, -10, which would give up your turn. I'm sure you could punish it if she's like right up close with like a poke of your own, but because she goes so low, I don't think you can full combo punish. Could be wrong. Again, I'm not a Scarlet player. But I'm just using the subjective view. Look at the range on this thing. That's crazy. So you look at the hit advantage. You got 14 hit advantage, and then your forward 4 is 13 frame startup. So that would be a great way. Fish for that down 3, and then start your pressure by jailing that in. Then there's no opportunity there for them to even try and crush it one of your high attacks. So that's one option for you. You want to be careful when using like a poke into a high attack string, because a lot of the times, even though that you're at an advantage, they can kind of crouch block before your attack comes out. I mean, if you're frame perfect, you can sometimes get it to jail, but of course being online where there's latency issues and of course human reactions, because like reacting to your pokes is a huge thing, especially in this game. Like if it hits, you need to take that frame advantage. You know, you need to be taking advantage of that. I don't want to, you know, just poke and just block her on hit. I'm going into the next string. That's how you get crushed and whiff punish. So that's probably the biggest thing that you really need to do. And of course, easier said than done. I know it's not an easy thing to do, but hit confirm your pokes, or find situations where you can hit confirm your pokes. You know, you have a situation, maybe you don't have the best punish for a move, for example, and they do something negative that's like -9, say. Sometimes it's maybe better just to take the low and go into your pressure, you know? Take the frame advantage off a small hit and guarantee yourself some pressure. So it's dependent on the situation, dependent on your tools that you have available to you, and also dependent on your opponent, what their tendencies are, what they're, you know, trying to do. So that's probably the biggest thing, honestly, is just reading your opponent and seeing how mashy they're willing to get. kind of sucks in Combat League because you only have 2 games, and that's not a whole lot of time to adapt. But unfortunately, you got to throw out everything that you have with the total intention of reacting to what your opponent is going to do. So, down 1, I'm going to see. I'm going to try a high attack. Are they going to mash out of it or try and mash out of it? Okay, next time I'll go with a mid attack because he tried to mash out. Is he blocking it? Did he get hit by it? Is he respecting it? So reading your opponent is probably the #1 thing, and especially when it comes to high attacks, just make sure that you're ready to react to whatever they're doing with your own mind. I talk good. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe if you haven't because I make new videos every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks on all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.
I am steward of Chronicles.